July 2022, things to do in Metro Detroit in Ann Arbor, Music Edition, and Detroit Rock City does not disappoint. We've got a packed list for you guys this month. But before we get there, don't forget to like the video to help the YouTube algorithm, help many more people see it. Subscribe so you're notified when new videos come out. And as always, if we can help your family either purchase a home or get a home onto the market and help you get that best value for your property, the most equity out of it, don't forget to Google the Pernitin Reviews to check out our wonderful over 2,000 reviews on Google. On with the show. First one being ZZ Top at the Michigan Lottery Amphitheater. ZZ Top, I mean, these guys are old school rockers. Like, I cannot grow a beard anywhere near this, but I've got this guy on the team. His name is Zach Klein. If you're into beards, this guy has a majestic beard. Let's pop a picture of him up here. Look at Zach and ZZ Top, like literally the next generation. Now, Zach, we love you. You do a great job for your clients. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a shout out. Next up, and quite possibly a little more chill, same day at Pine Knob, we've got Jack Johnson. For me, I've seen Jack Johnson before. He is a great performer, and on a night where like I have insomnia or I can't sleep, his music just lulls me right into it. July 3rd, we again have dueling shows, just the very next day, right? The very next day. First one, we've got Bare Naked Ladies, which was a reschedule from last year, and they're bringing in with them Toad the Wet Sprocket and Gin Blossoms to Pine Knob. God, I love saying Pine Knob. I love not saying DTE. Just want to point that out. And downtown Detroit, Little Caesars Arena, same night, we've got Machine Gun Kelly and Avril Lavigne. Kind of different sounds there. Like last month, we did actually get out and see the Tears for Fears and Garbage. That actually proved out to be a very cool show. This show, we'll give it a shot. We'll see. If I had $1 million, maybe I'd go see this show. No, see what I did there? I went back to Bare Naked Ladies because that's the show I'm going to. So July 4th and 5th, we are going to continue our chill with the Doobie Brothers on July 4th at Pine Knob, and stay there, stay right there, because July 5th, we have none other than the Carlos Santana performing at Pine Knob. I remember seeing him back in, I want to say it was 1996 or 1997, back when he performed with Rob Thomas and he had that monster hit and he just crushed the guitar. At that show, he did this like 15 minutes solo, just him, just jamming out while Rob Thomas was backstage getting a drink or doing whatever he was doing, resting his voice. And it was just so cool just to hear the guy, hear this monster of rock just jam and just be him and do his thing. But it was just amazing to see a guy that's a master of his craft just sit there and enjoy himself on stage performing for people. So for both you country fans in Metro Detroit, we've got Chris Stapleton coming July 8th to Comerica Park. July 9th, we've got two shows coming up, both of which, okay, this is gonna be a hard toss-up for me because I was a 90s kid. I was born in the 80s, barely 80s, but born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, really, and that's where my musical taste came in. So seeing Third Eye Blind to Take It Back Sunday at the Michigan Amphitheater, I think would just be a treat. In style, the Michigan Amphitheater tickets are not that expensive. I love that outdoor venue. It's a great place for a band to play, especially bands that have a nice, like, kind of cultish following like these guys do, that really enjoy and really get into the music, like the true fans. However, there is also Billy Joel happening at Comerica Park on July 9th. I mean, I'm talking like Piano Man Billy Joel, like River of Dreams Billy Joel, like Scenes from Italian Nightclub Billy Joel, like that Billy Joel, right? Like the dude. And like Carlos Santana, when this guy performs, he really puts on a show and he makes it feel like he's not doing a job, he's doing it out of the joy of showmanship, of how much he loves the crowd, of how much he loves making people happy. So Billy Joel, if you haven't seen him, definitely take that opportunity to get down there and see him. And we're just gonna keep on rocking. On July 10th at Comerica Park, we've got Motley Crue and Def Leppard, two titans of music, which I think would be just super fun to go see. July 12th, we've got Train, and opening for Train is Blues Traveler. So Train I've seen a couple of times. They put on a very good show, no doubt. But the one I really want to see is Blues Traveler. So I've seen Blues Traveler probably a dozen times. John Popper does an amazing job both with his voice and the harmonica. Now, if you haven't been following Blues Traveler, he made a roaring comeback about 10 years ago and really just commands the stage, and his voice is like an angel. Definitely worth seeing this show. Do not skip the opening act, Blues Traveler. July 16th, we've got Norah Jones coming. Now, I cannot pick her out of a crowd, but I'm told that she is very famous, and I am actually gonna take some time and listen to her music, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. I feel it'll be like poppy or slow poppy. Somebody comment below what kind of music or what the best song that she performs is, and I will 100% listen to it, and I'll even maybe throw a reply comment back on whether or not it's actual good music or country. July 17th, we've got Chris Isaak and Lyle Lovett. Yes, the old school rocker Lyle Lovett. Well, I guess he's not really a rocker. He's very passionate about his music, Lyle Lovett. We'll go with that. Coming to Meadowbrook Amphitheater. July 18th, we've got Elton John at Comerica Park. Again, this guy has been just commanding the stage for decade after decade after decade, and he brings the noise. In fact, our director of sales and his wife, Austin Pottis and Nicole, had flown out to see him about a month and a half ago, and it was his first time seeing Elton John, and he was just floored at how how good this guy was and how great of a stage performance he put on. So Elton John, I have not seen you before. I am definitely looking forward to seeing you on July 18th. Also on July 18th, right across the street from Comerica Park at the Fillmore is 3 Days Grace. I've seen this band a number of times. They put on a great show, and of course the Fillmore, aka the State Theater, which is what it used to be called, is a great venue to see any band. July 22nd is Bonnie Raitt at Meadowbrook Amphitheater. I will not be at that show. On July 26th, Chicago, yep, the actual band Chicago, and Brian Wilson will be at Pine Knob. This is actually going to be a really cool show. I've listened to them before. I've not heard them live, but I'm really looking forward to listening to Chicago live for the first time ever. If anybody's with me and anybody's going, let me know in the comments and let me know what you think about the band. July 27th, now this is going to be a toss-up because there are 3 shows happening at 3 different locations. We've got The Cult at Meadowbrook Amphitheater, we've got Rod Stewart over at Pine Knob, and we've got The Weeknd over at Ford Field. And I think I'm just gonna have to go see The Weeknd because I've heard he puts on a great show and he's an amazing performer, and frankly, I like his music. And I know it's a little mainstream, a little poppy, but you know, I like what I like. I'm not ashamed of it. And rounding out the month, we've got 2 bands, 2 different days, same venue, Pine Knob. God, I love saying Pine Knob. Number 1 is the Backstreet Boys. Yes, Backstreet's back tonight. It's gonna happen, well, not tonight, but on the 28th. If you're watching this video on the 28th, then yes, that would actually apply. It would be tonight. If it's the 29th, however, that would be Zac Brown Band, which, great show, guys. These guys play fairs, festivals. They always draw a great crowd, and they, again, have this cult following that just loves them. It's really cool to see a band where you have people that are watching that are like really into the band. Not into the band because they're the big name right now, but into the band because they just love the band, love the lyrics, love what the music means to them, and Zac Brown Band checks all of those boxes. So this is your July 2022 Detroit Rock City, people to see, music to see, musicians to see. Thank you again for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if we can be of any help to you in your real estate journey, give us a call anytime to help buy or sell a property at 248-886-4450 and make it a great July.